banks are going to stage and they're going to purposefully create cyber attacks. And who are they going to blame? Oh, well, they're going to blame the Middle East. They're going to blame Russia. They're going to blame North Korea. They're going to blame whoever they can. Because pulling the trigger on a pandemic didn't solve these banking, money laundering, billions and trillions of dollars in fentanyl garbage that we've gone through. And the hot wars, or the staged proxy wars that we've been calling them, that's why we never took sides, is all in play because of the horrific money laundering. That's incredible amounts. It all ties back to money laundering. You don't believe me? Watch the video at the end of this video. You see a box of a video. Go watch that video. Okay, so what's going on? Lots is going on. So, remember when we told you guys, oh, this is happening, oh, that is happening financially. Look, the accountability of the banks tied in with the governments and screwing over taxpayers. My answer to that for years was, they're going to pull the trigger on a pandemic. Or we're going to go to hot war. Or they're going to stage something. And they did. They did all of it. Why? Because if you knew how horrifically bad the money laundering and the mismanagement of government funds and the taxpayer money, where it's been going to, it could spark a massive civil unrest around the world. We were seeing that back in 29 when we told you in our 29 video, they're going to pull the trigger on a pandemic, mass civil unrest around the world. Argentina, Hong Kong, all of parts of Europe, Mexico, United States were all protesting no confidence in government. In Canada, in 2019, no confidence in government. Yellow Vest movement in Canada, we covered that too, coast to coast. And what did they have to do? They pulled the trigger on a pandemic. They needed to shut it down. The accountability was horrific. You want a little bit of proof? 7-8 years ago, we were reporting on the Royal Commission. Well, who's the Royal Commission, Mike? The Royal Commission we were reporting on in Australia was set in place to actually start investigating banks or investigating just going through paperwork or trying to figure out, like a forensic accountant, what is happening with the Australian banking system. We covered this. Westpac, 21 million or 20 million money laundering infractions in 1 year? Not $20 million, 20 million money laundering infractions in 1 year. From China, of course. And Westpac was facilitating. What did they do to Westpac? What did they do to the Royal Commission? Shut it down in a heartbeat. Because if people knew how much corruption is going through their governments and through their banking systems and everything, and what's going to happen? Well, we're going to see a massive cyber attacks in different banks. But it's the banks themselves that are doing it to themselves. And they're going to blame it on whoever they're going to blame it on. And they're going to do this because the accountability is horrendous. Now, let's go over into 9-1 ONE. Remember that? Remember that building? That was not the 2 towers, but remember the one building that was hit? And we were reporting this on our previous YouTube channel that was taken down for community guideline violations, or whatever they called it at the time. That there was $2 trillion unaccounted for or mismanaged, or they weren't sure and it wasn't a specific room, that mysteriously blew up into smoke, or went into smoke. Where was the wreckage? Where was the baggage? Where were the black boxes? Where was everything? Right? We're not going to get into that so we don't get taken down. But all I'm going to let you know is there's going to be massive cyber attacks coming to your local bank, and they're going to be sending you emails saying, oh, we're getting attacked, we're getting that, to protect your privacy, to do this, to do that, and do that. They're going to they're going to get your Rumble heroes, your Twitter stars, your influencers on all social media platforms are going to work together. And, of course, they're going to be giving the memos and saying, these cyber attacks are coming from North Korea, it's coming from Iran, or it's coming from Saudi Arabia, and they're doing this to our banking. They need to do this. They need to create these false attacks on their banking system. Why? Because the accountability is just so horrendous. You get a government and anything that's going to actually go through and find out what's going on. Kind of like what they're doing in Doge that you're seeing in America is the Royal Commission in Australia. But they shut down that Royal Commission real quick in a heartbeat. Just like in Canada, we had the money laundering task force that went into place. They shut that down 3 times. 3 times they have to shut it down. Right? So this is what's going on. A lot of politicians are tied to this. A lot of mismanagement of funds. And they're going to now... That's my next prediction. People keep asking what's next. They're going to go after, and they're going to actually do this. They're going to go hard on cyber attacks, and you're going to have all these influencers. Today there was a cyber attack on this big bank and this big bank, and they said they're going to have to stop trading on it. They're going to make shit up. They're going to make it up big. Because the ball's in their court now. People are starting to realize that they've been had. And it's been going on for I don't know how many decades now. But it's gotten to a point where, yeah, we've been had. They've pulled the wool over our eyes. They screwed us over. They've been destroying us for years. Are we going to see summer of 2025, no confidence in government protests all over the world again? Like we did in 2019? Anyways, guys, that's my next prediction. Massive cyber attacks. And watch for it. You're going to have your Rumble heroes. You're going to have your Twitter stars. You're going to have everybody on board with this one. Because the accountability is just too horrendous. And they're going to misallocate and then move the funds around and screw around. Guys, don't forget to check this video here. Should be showing up right now on your corner. If you think I was joking or making this up, go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.